Hi guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to list my favorite Pokemon of each of the 18 Pokemon types. But if a Pokemon is dual type, and it's my favorite Pokemon of each of its types, it still won't appear twice. And it's easiest to explain that with an example. Let's say there's a dual fire water type, and it's both my favorite fire type and my favorite water type. Then I will look at my second favorite fire type and my second favorite water type. And if I like the fire type more, then I will put the fire water type on the water type spot and my second favorite fire type on the fire type spot. And of course this is just a made up example, since the only fire water type Pokemon is Volcania, and Volcania is definitely not among my favorite Pokemon. My favorite normal type is Snorlax. There's just so much to love about Snorlax. Firstly, its design. It manages to look really cute, but also really powerful at the same time. And it also has a really likable and relatable personality. It doesn't want to do anything other than sleep and eat all day. And I also have a really positive experience of using a Snorlax on my team. In my Let's Go Eevee playthrough, I caught a Snorlax, and I started using him against NPC trainers Pokemon. But it would always get outsped and take damage, so I had to waste a lot of potions on it. So I gave it a bunch of speed candy, which took care of its one and only weakness. And from then on it became my most powerful team member, and it would absolutely destroy any opponent Pokemon I was sending out against. My favorite grass type Pokemon is Rowlet. I think Rowlet is just so adorable, round and lovable. And it doesn't hurt that it was my first ever starter Pokemon, and I bonded a lot with it while using it on my Ultra Sun team. And its final evolution, the Decidueye, also looks really cool. So there's literally nothing to dislike about its evolution line. Well, I guess its middle evolution Dartrix looks kinda awkward, but almost all middle evolution starters look kinda awkward. My favorite fire type Pokemon is Volcarona. I think Volcarona manages to look really powerful and really majestic at the same time. And also the way you find it as a static encounter in every castle gives it a feeling of a legendary Pokemon, more than like half of the actual legendary Pokemon. And I also have a really positive experience of using Volcarona on my team. Since in the postgame of my Pokemon White playthrough, I caught a Volcarona in every castle, and then I went to rematch the Pokemon League, and I used my Volcarona to sweep all the 4 Elite Four members. My favorite water type Pokemon is Golisopod. I think Golisopod looks extremely cool, and I also like how Wimpod, a weak and cowardly Pokemon, evolves into Golisopod, a powerful and intimidating Pokemon. But Golisopod has the ability Emergency Exit, which makes it go back to its Pokeball after it loses half of its health in a battle, so we see it still remained a coward. And I like when Pokemon given these little bits of personality that don't make them too human, but making them more likable. My favorite fighting type Pokemon is Mienshao. My problem with a lot of fighting type Pokemon is that they look too humanoid. They look like mutated, muscly men, and I almost feel weird using them in battles. But Mienshao looks like a creature you could realistically find in the wild, but it also looks like it uses martial arts, so fighting type fits it perfectly, and it also looks really cool. My favorite fighting type Pokemon is Corviknight. From the moment I saw Corviknight in a Sword and Shield trailer, I thought it looked extremely cool, and when I was playing through Pokemon Shield, I encountered a Rookidee, and hoping that Rookidee is Corviknight's first stage, I started using it on my team. And my hopes came true, and I had a lot of fun using Corviknight on my team. And while most of the Pokemon is Swiss grew on me over time, Corviknight is definitely one of those Pokemon I knew I would love from the moment I saw it. My favorite poison type Pokemon is Toxicity. Whoever designed Toxicity combined a wizard with a guitar and somehow made an amazing design. Even I absolutely love it, even though I have no interest in music. And I think both of the Toxicity forms look really cool, but if I had to choose one, I'd say I slightly prefer the low-key form over the amped form. In the Game Freak offices in Ultra Sun and Moon, there is a very pixelated poster of Gigantamax Toxicity, full 2 years before Toxicity and Gigantamax form became Pokemon. And I love these sort of hints at future Pokemon games, especially when they're so obvious right now, but nobody noticed at the time. My favorite ground type Pokemon is Gliscor. While making this video, I realized there aren't actually that many ground type Pokemon I really care about. There are a few I think have a very cool design, and a few I think have an interesting concept, but then there aren't any I really love. But in the end I chose Gliscor, simply because I think Gliscor looks very cool, and I remember Ash's Gliscor having a few exciting battles in the anime. My favorite rock type Pokemon is Midday Lycanroc. I'm not a dog person, and I actually prefer cats over dogs, but I think Midday Lycanroc looks really cool and has a great design, and I also bonded with it a lot for using it on my team. But actually I like all three forms of Lycanroc. I think Midnight Lycanroc also looks really cool, and I really liked Ash's Dust form Lycanroc in the anime, but I just slightly prefer the Midday Lycanroc form. My favorite bug type Pokemon is Scizor. I think the bug type is probably the most diverse Pokemon type in terms of quality. There are a bunch of bug type Pokemon that are very weak and have really bland and boring designs. They often just look like cartoon bugs, like for example Scatterbug or Wurmple or even Caterpie. But there are also a lot of bug type Pokemon I really love, and I think have cool and amazing designs, like Scizor or Volcarona and Gallizza that I mentioned earlier, but also a bunch of others that didn't even make it to this video. But the reason I chose Scizor for this spot is simply because I think it looks extremely cool, and I always wanted to use it on my team, because I really like both Scyther and Scizor, but I never got to, because the only way to evolve a Scyther into a Scizor is to trade Scyther by holding a metal coat, but I never had anybody to trade with. My favorite ghost type Pokemon is Decidueye. I normally put Rowlet as my favorite grass type Pokemon, but what can I say, I just really love this line. Well, I don't really love Dartrix, it just looks too awkward, even for a starter middle evolution. But I think Decidueye looks really cool, and also has a really cool personality. And as I said while talking about Rowlet, I really bonded with it while using it on my team. My favorite electric type Pokemon, and my favorite Pokemon of all time, is Luxray. I love every member of Luxray's evolutionary line. I think Shinx looks really cute, I think Luxio looks pretty cool, and I think Luxray looks extremely cool. And I also had a positive experience using it on my Platinum team. It's no coincidence that almost everybody has a Luxray on their Sinnoh team. My favorite Psychic type Pokemon is Deoxys. I think Deoxys has a very unique and interesting design, and that applies to its other forms too. But what really made me love Deoxys is the Delta episode. There's a lot of things I love about the Delta episode. It was the first time in years that a mythical Pokemon actually got a proper in-game event, and wasn't just distributed via mystery gift. But I also really enjoyed playing it. Getting to catch Rayquaza and use it to fly to space and battle and catch Deoxys was super cool. But it also revealed a lot of things about the lore of the Pokemon world, mainly about the multiverse. My favorite Ice-type Pokemon is Snom. Ironically, there's not a lot of really cool Ice-type Pokemon, so I decided to give this spot to a really adorable Pokemon, Snom. I understand why so many people worship Snom after Sword and Shield came out. Just looking at Snom makes you wanna pet it, even though it has spikes on its back. And an honorable mention goes to Alolan Vulpix, who I also consider for this list, but I think it's just slightly less cute than Snom. My favorite Dragon-type Pokemon is Haxorus. With the Dragon type, there's just so much to choose from, but in the end I chose Haxorus, because I think it looks really cool and intimidating. It has two axes on its face, and the tips of its axes and its fangs are red, so it looks like they're covered in blood after an intense battle, and it also has an amazing shiny. My favorite Dark-type Pokemon is Greninja. I'm sure some of you are expecting I'll say that it was my starter Pokemon, and I really bonded with it. But actually, in my one and only playthrough of Kalos, I chose a Chespin, because at the time, I was one of those people that don't want to like anything that's really popular. But after a while I realized that Greninja does deserve the popularity, because it does look really cool. And recently I've been using Greninja a lot in Pokemon Unite, because it's really fun to use. You can attack people from afar and then easily run away if they come after you. And also Greninja has a really cool shiny. My favorite Steel type Pokemon is Metagross. Metagross just looks so cool. and the champion battle against Steven, in which he Mega evolves his Metagross, was one of the most challenging and difficult Pokemon battles I ever have. And also, Metagross has an amazing shiny, and in the anime, Steven actually has a shiny Metagross that he can Mega evolve. My favorite fairy type Pokemon is Mimikyu. Mimikyu has the best and most tragic backstory of any Pokemon. Anybody who sees Mimikyu's true form dies. Starting to protect others, it hides under a cloth. But it started to hide under a cloth that looks like Pikachu, because Pikachu is really popular, but Mimikyu is really lonely, so I hope to get some popularity from Pikachu. And that backstory makes me feel really sorry for Mimikyu. But I know that even though not a lot of people love Mimikyu in the Pokemon world, there are a bunch of Pokemon fans in the real world that love Mimikyu. And that's the list. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe consider liking it, remember subscribing to my channel and ring the bell button, so you get notified when I upload another video. Also, leave me a comment telling me, what is your favorite Pokemon of every type? Let's see how similar our tastes in Pokemon are. And that's all I have to say for now. So I hope I'll see you again, and bye!